This is Dinda. Tonight, I want to tell you about a memory that still lives in my chest, one that I return to on quiet nights. The last time I saw him at the airport. He came to Bali for 3 months to work remotely. We met at a warung in Ubud, and somehow the universe aligned just long enough for us to fall in love. But he lived on the other side of the world, and I couldn't leave my life here. We knew from the beginning it had an expiration date. The morning I drove him to Rai Airport, neither of us said much. The radio played softly. His hand rested on mine. We watched the rice fields pass by one last time. At the airport, we sat on a bench near the departure gates. His flight wasn't for another hour, but we'd already run out of things to say. Everything important had been said in the weeks before. All that was left was the heaviness of goodbye. I remember looking at him and thinking, I want to remember this face exactly like this. The way his eyes looked tired but tender. The way he kept running his hand through his hair because he didn't know what to do with his hands. He finally spoke. I don't know how to do this. And I said, me neither. We talked about trying long distance, video calls, visits, maybe one day closing the gap. But we both heard the doubt in our own voices. His life was there. Mine was here. And love, as much as it mattered, couldn't change geography. When the announcement came for his gate, we stood up and we just held each other, not saying anything, just breathing together. I felt his heartbeat against my cheek. I memorized the way he smelled, the way his arms wrapped around me, like he could keep me safe from the world. Then he pulled back and looked at me. Really looked at me, and he said, thank you for these 3 months, for showing me what this feels like. I nodded, because if I spoke, I would break. Then he picked up his bag, gave me one last smile, and walked through security. I stood there until I couldn't see him anymore, until he was just another person in the crowd, just another traveler going home. I used to wonder if we made a mistake, if we should have tried harder, if love was supposed to be enough. We texted for a few weeks after, then a few months, then silence. Not because we stopped caring, but because holding on hurt more than letting go. Maybe you've had a goodbye like that too. The kind that doesn't end in anger, just distance. I still think about him when it rains, when I pass that warung where we met, when I hear a song we used to listen to, and I hope, wherever he is, he's found what he was looking for. I hope he thinks of those 3 months, the same warmth I do. If this story feels like yours, you're not alone. Some people aren't meant to stay. They're meant to visit your life, change something in you, and then leave. And that's not sad. That's just how some love stories go. This was Dinda. The hardest goodbyes are the ones where you still love each other, but you both know you can't stay.